this feeling like it's starting now, starting now. I feel adventurous with you, and there is nothing that can hold us back, hold us back. We can do what we wanna do, 'cause we got all the time in the world, for better or worse. We should stay together, so let's stay young and in love. We should focus on us forever. Yeah, baby, if you are feeling like I do, we could run away across the ocean. Baby, what you say? We can leave today. Anywhere we'll go, we'll be alright. It's all about you. It's all about you. It's all about you. It's all about you. Doesn't matter if we make mistakes, which I can promise that we'll do. Just hold my hand and we will be okay. Yeah, it's true, 'cause we got all the time in the world, for better or worse. We should stay together, so let's stay young and in love. We should focus on us forever. Yeah, baby, if you are feeling like I do, we could run away across the ocean. Baby, what you say? We can leave today. Anywhere we'll go, we'll be alright. It's all about you. It's all about you. It's all about you. It's all about you.
Hello, hello, hello. Happy Wednesday, everyone. It's hump day. Almost made it through the week. And we are almost at the Invictus Games. Can you believe it? 2 more days, 2 more days. How is everyone feeling today? He's here. Ooh, 250 almost in the chat. Thumbs up, everyone. Hey, Cookies and Cream, Alina, Alita, hey, Brenda, Helena, Lydia, Elaine, Teresa, hi. Fancy, Rosa. Hello, Marie. See if I can spot any new names. Rochelle? Boudreau. Is that Boudreau? Don't think I've seen that name. Hello, Sarah. Hi, Kathy G. Parmalee Steffens. That looks like a name I don't recognize. Dancing Away. Hi, Diane. Hi, Dorothy. Thank you so much for the PayPal yesterday, Dorothy. I did see that. Thank you. Hello, Dara. Annie dancing away as usual. Susie, hi. Hello, Chifadilly. Doesn't matter if we make mistakes. Yes, we're not perfect, but we're doing perfectly well. We're on the winning team. Hello, Sylvia. Phoebe, hello. Oh, you're in the middle of a huge snowstorm. Hope you're all okay. That's why it's important to prep. You lot know I'm a prepper. I haven't really done any videos on my prepping channel recently, but I'll get round to it eventually. Whenever I have time, I'll update that channel. But please make sure you're prepping, everyone. Winter is coming. Hello, Elita. Okay, today's not going to be a super long video. It's just more of a short update video. Just a couple of updates that came through from last night and a quick chat. Yes, Sylvia, I'm feeling so much better today. Thank you all so much for your well wishes. The snuffly nose has pretty much gone down. You can probably hear that I'm just not as stuffed up as I was at the beginning of the week. Yes, Annie, everybody grab a drink and enjoy. So let's get on with the updates. So Archewell updated their website and they have a new article up investing in a better world online. I'll post the link in a moment. But effectively, the Archwell Foundation believes that new innovations in technology and media should strengthen our communities, empower families, restore trust in information, and ensure that all of us, especially our children and grandchildren, can experience a better and safer world online. So we know that Archwell have been working with different organizations, Stanford University, and also I've forgotten the name, but Harry was also working with an organization that produced a report on I think it was internet misinformation or something along those lines. And so the statement from Archwell goes on to say, and that's why today we're announcing a series of philanthropic grants in organizations that have taken a lead in improving our digital community. Archwell Foundation is continuing its ongoing support and partnerships with UCLA Center for Critical Internet Inquiry, Color of Change, and URL Media. We are also investing in new and exciting work for at Cortico's Local Voices Network, from MIT Media Lab and the Institute for Rebooting Social Media at Harvard Berkman Klein Center for Internet and Society, which launched today a new fellowship that will bring together renowned experts and new innovators from diverse perspectives to address the challenges and opportunities of social media. So, more collaborations for Archwell and new grants. So, great to see Harry and Meghan continuing their work as it relates to social media and misinformation. And yeah, it's be interesting to see where this goes. British Squaddies, are you firing Bojo? Yeah, apparently him and Rishi Sunak were I haven't really followed the story, to be honest with you, but it was something, it was going back to the Christmas parties and the fact that they broke lockdown rules, and now they've been fined. My thing about this is it took almost a year for it to come out. So in the first place, the Met Office didn't even do its job. So the Met Office itself needs some kind of independent inquiry. But there are some people who feel that lockdowns, the lockdowns themselves, were heavy-handed, and so they feel that actually by Boris Johnson and Rishi Sunak paying fines, you kind of open up a can of worms for the government to just impose more lockdowns and impose fines. I don't know. It's all a bit of a mess at the moment, and I just think that if if it if the lockdowns were, or the at least the subsequent lockdowns after the first or second, if they were that necessary, then they should have just said, you know what, open it to everyone. Because now you create mixed messaging and you create a giant debate because you had the most powerful people in the country who weren't paying attention and weren't following lockdown. So it's created a little bit of a mess, and I just think that by them paying the fines, it's like them trying to cover their backs. Yes, Diane, our faves are busy, busy, busy. Um, Kathy G, I don't really care about the clothes. Excited to see Harry in his element. Will be nice to see Meghan as well. Well, of course, we'll be talking about more than clothes. Marsha, thank you for saying that I sound better. I wonder if you tried my hot toddy recipe. No, I did not try it. But I've written it down for next time. There's another thing that people use. It's called, isn't it called like fire cider? Something like that. It's like a real old school recipe for colds. Mm. Triffidilly, it's amazing how quickly the Met and police move on black people who have done nothing wrong or who are simply walking down the street. But the lying, cheating PM and racists get off scot-free is a joke. Yeah, yeah, that is true. But that's a corrupt world that we live in. Apparently, the New York shooter made a video on YouTube about Meghan. Oh my goodness. See, this is why I try to just stay away from certain parts of the news because I just did not know that. Hi, Vanessa. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that, darling. Okay, so that is that. The Prime Minister acting a fool. But Invictus is going ahead, and we've got some lovely pictures here of a cute little kid supporting his papa. And these are just like fans and friends and family of Invictus posting some very cute pictures, giving their family members who are participating some good luck. And there was also news that 115 students from three primary schools in Rennes, which is a school in The Hague, will get to attend some of the Invictus Games. So great for the kiddies, reaching out and giving some young people some tickets. I'm sure they'll enjoy that, and that'll be a great experience. And also, as a fun fact that I didn't know, that family and friends are not only invited to the Invictus Games, but there's actually a family and friend program that provides for at least two family and friends each, including free accommodations and transport in country access to the games. That is amazing. What an incredible package for everyone who goes and their friends and family. So, and we know that a lot of veterans um, can struggle to find work after they've served, especially if they've been injured or suffering with PTSD. So I think it's great that they're offering this to the friends and family because not everyone might be able to afford to go and watch their family members compete. So very thoughtful in Invictus Games, and they've got some amazing sponsors to be able to afford that. And also, in Invictus Games news, the Dutch PM will make a speech at the Invictus Games opening ceremony. And on Wednesday morning, the Prime Minister will attend the finals of the indoor rowing event and present the medals. On Friday afternoon, on April 22nd, the King Alexander will attend the finals of the wheelchair basketball. And in the evening, the King will meet the Dutch athletes of the Invictus team and talk with them about their experiences of the past week. And afterwards, he will attend the closing ceremony, which is also attended by the Minister of Defence. And both the Duke of Sussex and the Commander of the Armed Forces will give speeches during the closing ceremony. So lots to look forward to. We'll only be seeing Meghan for the first couple of days, but we'll be seeing Harry all the way through the end, and he'll be closing with a speech. And I remember at the very first Invictus Games, actually, there were quite a few star performances for the closing. So I don't know who they've got lined up for the closing this time, but probably some Dutch athletes. Dutch musicians. I'm sure. And ooh, in other Harry news, we know that Harry has been working with the organization Travelist that work on lowering emissions, um, lowering travel emissions, and Google has selected Travelist for emissions data on flight searches. So on Wednesday, Google published a free travel impact model for emissions estimates that further details the travelers framework, a move designed to encourage wider industry adoption. Skyscanner has also joined Google to start using the framework on its platform for consumers. And so this is basically a new method for Google to collect and display flight emissions data. Already, actually, I've noticed that when I'm booking flights, you get the option to voluntarily pay a carbon emission fee. So at the moment, it's voluntary. I'm assuming sooner or later that it's probably going to be mandatory. Um, and I'm sure that will cause all amounts of debates that we won't have today. But that's very interesting collaboration, and yet another big name that Harry is collaborating with Google. So I mean, have Harry and Meghan just not got the trifecta of like major corporates right now? You got Google, Land Rover, Boeing, Spotify, Netflix. I mean, Procter and Gamble. I'm sure I'm missing some. Just everyone. Everyone is on board. And last but not least, I saw this that just made me laugh. I was not going to pay attention at all to Anne's Australian tour because nobody really did. But she is back. She went and she came back. Um, and this was what Rebecca English, who's the Daily Mail reporter, said. Staff lost in admiration. They are lost, everyone, in admiration for Princess Anne, 71, who packed in 20 engagements in Australia and New Guinea in 4 days without an evening off, traveled direct to Sydney via commercial airlines, and even packed her own suitcase. I mean, let's just be honest about this. That may be a lot to do in 4 days, but it's not exactly, you know, hard labor. She's flying in luxury, she's living in luxury, she's having, all her meals cooked for her, um, all her laundry done for her, like everything pretty much done for her. So we know that Anne does do the most engagements of all of the royals, but those royal engagements are pretty much just PR photo shoots. So personally, I do not class what the royals do as work, just because I think, especially looking at the other royals, if you were to add all of the engagements that they did together, it would probably only come to a couple months of the year worth of work. So that was that from the sort of Anne's Australian tour. It didn't seem like there was any drama that came from this one, but that's probably just because nobody was paying attention. Let's just be honest. But we are almost at the Invictus Games, everyone. So let the countdown continue. Let's see. Cookies and cream. The Unroyals' desperation, jealousy, and racism has consumed them. Their attempts to get Harry back haven't worked. They know Harry isn't coming back to the firm. That's why they want him harmed. Well, what has he got to go back to? And he's not going back if he's without justice for his wife and without protection for his family. And I can imagine at this point, there's always going to be some level of space. Even if they did humble themselves and come to their senses, which I don't think they ever will do, I still think there's going to be some element of space between Harry and the rest of his family, because they almost harmed his wife. And they co-signed the press to launch a smear campaign against her. Marie, the whole Shutter Island is going down the sewer. I've lived in the UK since I was 19 years old. Now I'm 65, retired nurse, the NHS. Yes. And I've been told by somebody who actually works in the NHS, a senior member, that NHS staff should prepare for pay cuts and heavy redundancies. So you're not wrong. It really is going down the sewer, unfortunately. I know so many people who, especially those that can get remote work, and now that remote working is a thing, who are moving to Spain, who are moving to Portugal. I know a lot of people that are moving to Dubai. Um, so I think people have, those who are awake have kind of gone, whoa, like this is getting worse, and I better just leave now before it gets even more bad, because all of these places where people are going, it's going to drive up the living costs there. It's going to drive up certainly the house prices. So it's like better get in now somewhere else while it's still a bit cheaper, especially places like Spain and Portugal. Really, I wish I could go to Invictus. Oh, I do know a couple squaddies on Twitter are kind of tweeting their journey to the Netherlands, and so if you go on Twitter, there's a couple of accounts that are documenting their trip. Hopefully by the next Invictus Games, I can be doing this full time, um, and I'll be able to actually be able to afford to go. So then I can report on the ground. Maybe I can apply for a press pass, and then I'll get one, um, and then make all the other royal rodents jealous. And when we didn't have money for humidifier, we boil water in a saucepan, add Vicks, put on a cutting board, get a bed sheet, make a tent, and inhale. Oh, I see. I do that, but I just put the towel over my head. But making a whole tent is a good idea. Thank you so much for super sticker Elaine Parker. Very much appreciated. Okay, we're just going to finish up with the comments and then we'll call it a day. I won't be doing a long podcast today. I have to go to the hair salon first thing in the morning to get box braids. And ladies, you know how long box braids take. So, gonna have an early start. Mm. Oh, hello, Mrs. V. How are you? Yes, the haters are in full meltdown. Particularly, are esports involved in Invictus? I haven't actually looked at the whole program. I think they mention esports, but um I don't know if it will be included in this one or if it's something that they're looking at for the future. But I will look into. We'll have a little bit of a closer look at the schedule tomorrow, perhaps, because I haven't actually looked at it in full myself. And I'll just post the link to the recent Archewell article if you all want to go and read that. But Diane, they'll just add the admission fee to the price of the ticket like they do now for all sorts of stuff. Yeah, probably. Yes, Haggy, Prince H and M stay winning. This is exactly what Mark Cuban was referring to. Take them on in a heartbeat, of course, because everything they touch pretty much turns to gold. I mean, the literal furniture they sat on in the Oprah interview sold out. Truthfully, poor Afro Annie lost in the crowd. Were there any crowds that came to see her? I don't think there were. Carolyn, Mark Cuban told us that Harry and Meghan were a $1 billion couple, and he wasn't the only person making that prediction. I think there were a couple of articles about this. Without a shadow of a doubt, there will be a $1 billion couple. And I know they said they were only having two kids, but they probably need to adopt two or three more to help carry uh, to help Archie and Lily carry on the legacy. Because these kids are inheriting a lot. Rahini, imagine how useless the other members of the royal family are that Anne impresses them. Oh gosh. The shade, Rahini, the shade. Yes, that's a very good point, Rhonda, and she's not doing it while pregnant because Meghan did part of her tour while pregnant. Tone, did she run an obstacle course? Ah, yeah, I live in Australia and I didn't even know she'd been here. Oh, that's brilliant. Yes, Sylvia, I can't get over the loss in admiration either. I'm just like, wow, really? Easily impressed. Yes, don't start. Imagine making 1 billion and keeping your soul a masterclass in building an amazing life. I think there's been studies on this that after you start earning a certain amount, I think it was like 100,000 at one point. If we adjust for inflation, that's probably about 150,000 now. But once you start earning after that certain amount, like money doesn't make you happy anymore. Your money does change a lot. I think I would just like enough to live a certain level of luxury, but I definitely don't feel like I need like a billion. That's like this is an unnecessary amount of wealth. But at least we know that Harry and Meghan are gonna do good things with their wealth. Mm. Vinny, the media and royal family are using the old playbook against Meghan and Harry that they use against Diana and other targets. It has failed in a new era, but they persist. They will destroy themselves. Yeah, and you'd think that they understand at this point that the more they continue to go after Meghan and Harry instead of minding their own business, the more everything just comes back to them. But they just seem hell bent on continuing this smear campaign. I don't understand it. I think that it's very much this is like the modern day emperor's new clothes, and they're just listening to the courtiers and they're not looking at the bigger picture. Thank you, Verda. Blessed day to you also. Hello, Twi5. I can't wait to give the review of Invictus either. I just can't wait to see Megan. Megan's coming out the house, everyone. Get ready. Elita, I can vision the royal reporters and royal family going in circles, trying to figure out what to do, completely lost. And you just know that something is going to get pulled out the bag. Something is going to get pulled out between now and when the game starts. Something's going to get pulled out the bag. Um, let's see what's on our bingo cards for messiness. The royal family is going to try and pull before Invictus. I think Angela Levin wrote um something in the Daily Fail, but we're just not going to pay attention to her. Joyce, Mark Cuban said, "Get your production deal, get your book deal, and sit back and raise your children." Well, they had the production and book deal, yeah. Get all the deals. I want them to get all the deals. I want Megan like with I don't know L'Oreal endorsement, Lancome endorsement, Fenty Beauty. I just want them to have all the things just to annoy the other royals. Oh, you had not less medium braids today. Yeah, it takes a long time. Okay. Who's gonna get the last word of the day? Who's getting the last word of the day? Thank you everyone for coming and for the super chats. Maggie, they'll pull out the Meghan bullying incident. Yeah. Do you know what? They should just stay silent, to be honest. They don't want the heat. Oh yes, Patricia, yes. They signed with the Harry Walker agency. I even forgot about that. So we'll probably be getting more speeches from them. Constance, George knows too that their kids ask for positive press. The younger generation will walk. I do. I think the younger generation will rebel completely because even now, when I look at those kids, they just look so sad. I really just feel sorry for them. They really look so sad. And once they see what happy and free lives their cousins are living, they'll want to bail out of there. Yes, Rochelle, I am feeling a lot better today. Thank you so much for asking. And with that, I think I will play us out. Thank you so much, everyone, as always. And yeah, countdown continues. And it won't be too long now. Have a fabulous day, everyone. Bye.
I know I'm messing up, but in my soul, I feel a love for you that's out of control. Sometimes I feel like I